Today I'm going to be talking about some really short non-fiction reads for you to pick up. Links to all the books, if they are available, will be in the description down below, and those are all linked to bookshop.org, which works with independent bookstores to help them with funding. So if you want to buy the books, pick them up from the description down below. The first book I'm going to be talking about, and it actually is really fitting for today that I'm recording, which is International Women's Day, is Thomas Sankara's Women's Liberation and the African Freedom Struggle. It is his speech on International Women's Day about women and how he is going to help and how women in Africa can help to liberate themselves around the time of his leadership of Burkina Faso, and also the effect that men have on women and the role men need to play in ensuring women are liberated and helping with the struggle for women. There's also another much shorter piece from him as well at the end of this. Again, it's about 100 pages long, a bit less, so it shouldn't take you more than 2 hours to read, but I think it's a really great way of not only learning about women's liberation, learning about African liberation, and also learning about Thomas Sankara himself. The second book I'm going to be talking about is Deeping It by Adale Oliver. This is a book which kind of goes through the history of drill music in the UK, talks about its origins, talks about the colonial mindset that people have about not just drill music, but black music in general, or at least music which originates from black creators and black artists, and also the criminalization of drill music, how people try to demonize drill music, and how that is steeped in racism. I'm not really a person who's that into music. I don't know too much about music culture, but I thought this was a fantastic read for me. I read through it all in one sitting. It's really great. You can pick it up from any sort of independent bookstore as well, I believe. I got this from Bookmarks in London, as well as the Sankara book, so that's my recommendation, to go to Bookmarks in London. I thought it was great. It was really interesting, great just writing overall, very accessible even for me as someone who, like I said, doesn't know too much about music and music culture. I thoroughly enjoyed this read. The third text I'm going to talk about is Apartheid, It's Not a Game. This book goes really into the anti-apartheid struggle, and in particular the struggle against apartheid surrounding sports, and especially the 1970s tour of South Africa, the sort of illegal cricket tour of South Africa, and the protests against that, the ramifications of that. If you don't really know, South Africa were banned from competing in many international sports, particularly cricket, and any teams were not allowed to go and tour South Africa. However, a bunch of English cricket players, and these were like not small English cricket players, these guys were like stars in England, a little bit towards the end of their career, but some of them were in the prime of their career. They decided they were going to go on this illegal tour, which even the ECB was like, we don't want you to go on this tour. They went on this tour, and it caused massive outrage, especially here in the UK, which a lot of this book is set in. So if you're interested in sports and politics, I highly recommend that. And if you're interested in the anti-apartheid struggle, I highly recommend it as well. And the fourth book I'm going to talk about, just to throw it in there for a little bit of levity, is The Book of Tea. This is a really small book. I love it because it's like pocket-sized. It fits in like my back pocket. It's great, and the cover's beautiful. It's like this little book about the history of tea and about the preparation of tea and tea culture in Japan particularly. It's a very old book, so some of the language might be a little bit difficult, but as someone who really likes tea, I think it's a really quaint little book to have. It's interesting, it goes through sort of tea ceremonies and stuff, and a little bit of the history of tea ceremonies. It's cute, it's a nice little book, I think. So, if you know someone who really likes tea, this might be a good gift for them, like a little stocking filler, or when you give them a birthday gift, it's that little extra thing you give. I highly recommend it. So those are the 4 super short non-fiction reads I recommend for you. All the links to the books, if available, are going to be in the description down below from bookshop.org, which is better than the other place where I used to link to. So please check out the books. If you've read any of them, comment down below what you think. If you have any other recommendations, I'm thinking about stuff that's 2 hours or less you can read these through, maybe 3. Comment them down below as well. It'd be great to hear what you think. Thank you for watching, and I hope you read a great book today. I don't know why I clapped at the end there. That's gonna spike the audio.